Hey, how's it going? I'm Ago271, but you can call me Julie, and I know my energy feels a bit low compared to the rest of my videos. Well, it's because I'm kind of sick and not really great kind of sick. Like, usually when I'm sick, I actually get stuff done. But this time it's more like my energy has been kind of down, but I am getting better. It's still kind of hard to smell and stuff, but yeah. Anyways, let's get on to the video. So what I wanted to do is share some spooky stories, and if you stick to the end of the video, then I have a fun little announcement to make. So let's get on to the spooky story. So I got 2 ghost stories because I asked on Twitter and on Instagram and on a few Discord servers that I'm in for ghost stories because I kind of wanted to make it a bit, spooky to make, to keep the Halloween spirit alive. So the first story that I'm gonna tell you is really short, maybe just to ease you guys into what's coming up. So this is from my really good friend Yuri, and the encounter happened in my school. I went to the girls' bathroom to do my business. The bathroom had 2 stalls, and the entrance of the bathroom had a lock that locks from the inside. I was alone in the bathroom in one of the stalls. I swore I heard feet walking around the bathroom. No one could have been around. I finished washing my hands and went to head out of the bathroom. But when I tried to open the door, it was locked. I never used the girls' bathroom ever again. That was my first ghost encounter. Really short. I do have to agree with Yuri because I actually used to go to the school that she's talking about, and if I do remember correctly, if I do know which bathroom she's talking about, my classroom, when I was in that school, my classroom was next to that bathroom, and every time I entered a bathroom, I'd feel weird. I'd feel not safe in there, even if I'm alone. I wouldn't feel safe in that bathroom. That's why I actually never really used that bathroom unless I needed to get, water for, art class. Or just, water to clean something up. So I just run into the bathroom, just, get some tissues, get some water, then run out. But other than that, the atmosphere of the bathroom it's not safe. So that is Yuri's ghost story. A bathroom ghost. Bathroom spirit, bathroom ghost. So moving on to the second and the last story, because this story is kind of long. Thank you, Vesper, for giving me the story. It's really interesting. So, when I first moved into my current house, it was odd. The house always had a weird vibe inside, and only upstairs or randomly downstairs too. There were times when I'd just be roaming around and I'd see a shadow in the corner of my eye, but every time I looked, nothing was there. I let that slide a couple of times, until I saw a girl at the corner of the dining room, just standing there. One day, while me and my family were currently picking names for a new kitten, the moment I looked over at where she was, she just vanished. And that's when things started to get weirder. Every night, when I go to sleep, all I'd see were sisters. Not twins or anything, just an older girl in her teens, and a younger girl about 8 or 9. They'd always stand at the edge of my bed and just stare at me. Every single night that I would go to bed. After some time, I just got used to them, and I noticed how they can leave the house too. Reason being that our neighbor behind us had this little plastic playset in their backyard. And it was early morning at that time. My aunt called me over and asked me if I saw her. When I came over, all I saw was the younger girl that would stand at the edge of my bed, just standing on top of the small playset, not even moving, just standing there. After a bit, my aunt just decided to go back to doing her own thing. But when I stood at my window, analyzing her, as 20 minutes passed, I noticed that she started to fade, and suddenly, she was just gone. I decided to stop looking and go back to my room to play some games or whatever. Days passed and that hasn't happened again. Until when school started and, somehow, in one of my classes, my books just flew off my desk. They weren't on the edge, and I wasn't even touching them. They just flew off my desk and onto the ground. I honestly just ignored that, to be honest, and thought, maybe I just nudged it by accident without noticing. And went on with my day. After days passed from that, mind you, the girl still stood at the end of my bed. And probably a month or two has passed from now. It was a nice breezy night, I believe, and I was just sitting on my back porch stairs. My aunt again decided to come and sit with me. I was looking at the sky, and we were just chatting, until she nudged me and said, "Hey, do you see that?" And I looked at what she was pointing at, only to see that where our garage was, there was a figure that was peeking out from the garage door, looking around, and then went back in. We kind of freaked out a bit, and she decided to go see if someone was hiding there. I watched from a distance as she opened the door wide and turned the lights on, but found nothing or anyone inside. As she walked back, she described fully what she saw before. It just vanished from plain sight. It looked like a soldier, but a soldier from England back when America and England were fighting. She said that he had the red uniform like them too, and looked like he was checking if anyone was near. It honestly just made us wonder if our house was really haunted. I already knew it was for multiple reasons, but my family just pushed it aside. I just treated it as if it's just the past and it wouldn't hurt us now. I wish that were the case. Nights after we saw him at the garage, I woke up one night, unable to move or talk. I noticed that the two girls were there in their usual spot at the end of my bed. But I also noticed how the vibe was much darker than usual. I looked over to my right, my eyes, 'cause, well, I couldn't move at all. And I noticed a tall male figure standing over me. I wanted to scream and go to my mom. At some point, my blanket at the end of my bed just started moving and coming off too. After more attempts of trying to move and yell for help, I started to feel like something was pushing me down and holding my neck. I started to say small prayers in panic, and suddenly, the pressure slowly went away. I was still unable to move until half an hour later, when I proceeded to run to my mom's room and just stayed there for the night. I told my mom in the morning what happened, and she just hugged me. After that night, we didn't speak of it again. After that, I just started getting random bruises or scratches on me too, which all just stopped once my cousin and uncle came with an item that just stayed somewhere in my house. It was like something to ward off spirits and such, and to be honest, it kinda did the job, but I kinda miss my two roommate sisters that just followed me and randomly stayed in my room. If I could draw them, I would, but honestly, they just look more like tiny versions of the Grudge. They don't. They were more like from the 1700s. They wore a sleeping gown and had long hair, but it didn't cover their face. I couldn't see their faces, but I know that they were very pretty. I'll miss them, but honestly, even after 6 years, some activity has been happening lately now. I guess I'll tell you more if anything big happens. I hope you enjoyed my ghost story. I really did, Vesper, and I hope you guys enjoyed that story too. Fun fact about me, I love the paranormal. I actually have a ghost roommate that I will tell you guys about soon. If you guys really want me to tell that story, give this video a like. So let's talk about the art for a bit. So the art was inspired by Vesper's story. I know she did say that the girls were pretty under their hair, but when she did say like small versions of The Grudge, I kind of wanted to keep it spooky. There's also a figure behind them that I drew. I think you'll see it later in the video. I don't know how far in the video, well, Speedpaint, how far in the Speedpaint we are right now. But there will be a figure drawn behind the two girls. And it was inspired by that shadow figure that pinned Vesper down when the two girls were like had the darker vibe. Yeah, the tall male figure. So yeah, those are the two ghost stories. I really do love ghost stories, so if you guys do have any ghost stories, please hit me up. Whether it's your experience or a friend's experience, hit me up. I'd love to read them someday. It doesn't even have to be ghost stories, actually. Just tell me fun stories you'd like to share. So, now that you're here at this part of the video, I would like to thank all of you, like from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, and thank you for following me on Twitter. I would like to celebrate my 200 plus milestone. I wanted to actually do it like after my Into the Unknown cover, but you guys know that I went on a hiatus because so much has happened after Into the Unknown that I actually needed time for myself to think and to, you know, get my thoughts together before coming back here on YouTube, and here I am celebrating it with you guys. So how I wanted to celebrate it was how I wanted to celebrate it is I wanted to host a raffle. So I'll be hosting it both on my Twitter and on my Instagram, so everyone gets to join in. It's gonna be really fun, I guess. So when you see my raffle post or raffle tweet on Twitter, just give it a like and a retweet to give the tweet some visibility. Make sure you're following me, and when you've done those steps, just comment down a yellow heart emoji and I'll put you in the raffle. And it's similar to the Instagram one. On the Instagram one, all you gotta do is excuse me, I feel a bit burpy. Oh, there comes the burpee. So for the one on Instagram, all you gotta do is like it and then just comment a yellow heart. So all you gotta do is on Twitter, gonna say it again for everyone if you didn't get that. On Twitter, make sure you follow me and you like and retweet it. And when you're done, comment yellow heart emoji. And on Instagram, you gotta like the post. Also make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following me and comment on a yellow heart emoji when you've done all the steps. I will be picking 2 winners from both Twitter and Instagram, and those winners will be getting fully rendered art from me. So whether it be a portrait or a bust up or a waist up, that will be discussed when we have our winners. And so thank you guys again so much for 200 plus subscribers. We're at, I actually don't know what we're at because I don't have YouTube open or anything, but I do know that we're around 270 plus subscribers, and that really does mean a lot to me because I actually didn't expect to get this far. Same with Twitter. I don't even post my art much on Twitter, nor do I post any of my my cosplay or makeup looks on Twitter. But you guys just came out of nowhere and gave me lots of love and support even here on this channel, and I'm really glad to be back, and I'm really glad to be able to talk to you guys again. So yeah, I'm sorry if I don't sound as enthusiastic as I am now because I'm sick. But yeah, just know that I love you all so much, and I'm really happy, and I hope that we go far together. Yeah. So moving on, I wanted to talk about my 1K Fanart contest that I held. So it is over. I already do have the winners, and I would like to congratulate. I can't talk. I'd love to congratulate the winners. So on 4th place came Rinka Misuki. Then 3rd place came Angie Bao. Then 2nd place came Yuki Hanna. And then 1st place to no other than Cookie Jr. Thank you guys so much for joining the contest. Your art is so amazing. I am really thankful because I don't know, it just makes me feel giddy whenever I see people draw my characters and my persona, specifically Zuta, because it was only during the contest when I decided to finalize the ref sheet to know like what they look like. So thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for 1K again on Instagram. Thank you so much for all the support. For those who don't know, I actually started off as an Instagram artist before coming onto YouTube and Twitter, and I've been on Instagram for a really long time. So yeah, it feels crazy that I've come so far, and I don't know if any of the OGs are still there, even in this channel. I don't know if any of the OGs are still here, but regardless whether any OGs are here or any newcomers are here, thank you guys so much for the support. It really does mean a lot to me. And I would love to sit here and ramble on and on because that's what I do. I talk a lot, but I love you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Oh, also you ring that bell so that you know that I'm not dead like these ghosts. They're technically not dead. Are they dead? Are ghosts dead? Well, as much as I'd like to contemplate on whether ghosts are actually dead or not, I gotta go. Changa!